your Saturday night. Hopefully you can hear me a-okay, and if you can't, well, just let me know. I'm trying to make sure that everything is coming through loud and clear. There should be captions. Hopefully you can see them. If you can't, let me know. But that is turned on. Depending on where you're joining me, welcome, welcome, welcome. And what are we doing? Well, this is your Saturday night, so the primary thing that we're going to be doing is I'm going to be drawing. We're going to have a little bit of conversation. This is going to be a good time. It usually is. I'm going to chat with you a little bit, but I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to get started. So, actually, that's not even what I want yet. I'm already grabbing the wrong thing. I got all these pencils, and I grabbed the wrong one. But you know, that happens. That's fine. We're good. So, I have some things on my mind. I have a lot on my mind right now, actually, so I'm going to try to stay focused and discuss the things that I think are kind of important. But let me get started. And we're going to start off with something kind of basic. Very basic. So, if you've been following me for a while, if you've been watching my streams, catching up with me on social media, wherever that might be, you know that I have a lot of different things that I'm involved in on a semi-regular basis. And I've been giving a lot of thought to that lately. Mostly, I've been thinking what I want to pursue the most. Because I pursue a lot of different hobbies, a lot of different skills, a lot of different passions, and I've been giving a lot of thought to what of those things I think would be the most meaningful use of my time. Several times recently, I've kind of gone on hiatuses of sort, breaking away. But that, I guess, is to really be kind of expected. I can't be online all the time, right? At least it would be very difficult to be online all the time. And I can't be here as much as I want. And it's that last part which actually I think is going to be the most important thing I'm going to be talking about for a little bit, is I can't be online as much as I would like. And I do actually really like being online. I like being creative. I like making videos, and I like creating art. But there's a really big problem with that. And mostly what that problem is finding the time within my scheduling, within what I can do, to do what I want to do. So I'm going to be a little repetitive for a while I talk about this. If you have ever done any sort of creative work, I'm sure you already understand the concept of figuring out how to use your time. And if you do anything in the ways of these if you do anything like live streaming, if you do anything like drawing, if you do anything in the ways of self-expression, you no doubt have encountered these kinds of moments, these kinds of times where you really end up asking yourself, like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? How do I want to pursue that? How do I want to move forward? And it's that last one that's actually been really tricky for me. How do I want to move forward? So a couple years ago, I did a really, really awesome thing. I had a film premiere. So a couple years ago, I did this film premiere, and one of the really fun things about it for me was, I'd already been creating like short films and things, but I hadn't really had a chance to properly display my work. I started to do things like enter it into in contests, and started to do things like put it out and make it available. And I mean, that was actually something I had been doing for a while, but I started to get serious about it, or more serious about it. And when you start to get more serious about something, it starts to have a very different feeling to it. How can I make that make sense? So as I got more serious about, wanting to pursue art, some questions came up. Now, it goes without saying that I do want to get some sort of, not get, I'm just going to stick with how I started that. I do want to make some sort of living from my creative work. Whether that's my writing or my painting or my drawing. I do want to be able to use that as something. And it's not just because I look at my creativity as a means to make a living so much as I want to be able to have my creativity have that kind of trajectory that it's capable of gaining. I want to have that level of freedom to not just create and make, but to also not be bound to having to always answer to someone else in regards to being able to, pay for my continued existence. Now that's, in some ways, almost impossible. We always have to answer to someone. And as a creator, the person I have to answer to is my audience, really, isn't it? You know, all of you that make what I do possible. You're my boss. You're my you're my bosses. And I don't mean that, you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, trust me, I'm going to try to make it make more sense as I go along. But when it comes right down to it, there's no way to just go ahead and create in a happy little vacuum. I can't just make and that's enough. And that's actually not a bad thing. You know, we all kind of have that positioning where the things that we do, you know, they have some other point of reference. And very little of what we do is just done on its own with no external factor. And this is important because you have to acknowledge the external factor. You can't just pretend that there is none, because there is. There's an external factor in almost everything we do, and if you try to just run away from it, you're not going to get very far. It's gonna sneak up on you. It's gonna say, hey, what are you doing? And then you'll have to account for that. I do have sometimes, I think, too much on my mind. And I get caught up in my own line of thinking, in my own head. I get caught in my own head. Now that's something I think a lot of us do. Get caught up in our own mind. Get caught up in our own being. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It goes right back to that thing I was saying about, you know, we can't just exist in a vacuum. We exist within something. That's something we exist in. I don't know. there's many layers to this, and there's many different aspects, but we do exist within a form of framework, and that is undeniable. We also have a lot of personal responsibility we need to take in regards to that. Oh. I'm having fun though right now, just getting creative, going ahead, making something. That really is one of the more important things about what I'm doing right now is the creation. But so let me go backwards because I'm getting a little off track here. So to go back and talk for a moment, I really enjoyed when I had the opportunity to kind of do something that really captured more of my skills and my abilities and really allowed me that level of the words are escaping me. Independence. I loved it. But it brought some things kind of to focus. One of those was my almost lack of ability to have that freedom all the time. Hey KDJ, how you doing? Glad to see you here. Hope you're enjoying a little bit of some weekend, some goodness. Doing delectably so I have to read it out because it's just doing so delectable, scrumptiously, deliciously, edibly tasty good. That is what I want to hear. And if anyone should be doing that way, definitely you. Going ahead and enjoying some of that time. Oh my goodness. There we go. Sometimes lines are just like, oh my goodness, is that line in the right spot? Is this right? Does this look like a person? I don't know. But we got stuff to do. You always have the nicest things to say. Always have the nicest things to say. And it is appreciated. It is appreciated. Appreciate it very much. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've had a busy time recently. So much going on. But a lot of it just really good. Yesterday had a wonderful day. It was my baby brother's wedding. And that was a very good day. Very good day. Tell you what. But why are you knocked off LinkedIn? Because they suck. They suck. I'm not even on there today because nothing wanted to work right. And when I say nothing, it was mostly like my streaming stuff. It didn't want to work right. So I'm not on there today. That's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. We get the boot. We get the boot, don't we? Permanently restricted? Well, that is foolishness. That's foolishness. Doesn't make any sense. Not a lick of sense. None. Absolutely no sense. I guess I can't say I'm surprised. A lot of nonsensical stuff happens, you know? Nonsense. I'm going to call that some supreme nonsense. Supreme nonsense. Gotta be careful with the pen when I do this. Well, I love you too. And I'm always happy to see you pop on up. I'm about as social as, what's something that's not social? Hermit crab. Yeah, savor the flavor of the awesomeness in that. World could use a little more flavor. A little more flavor indeed. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm kind of bouncing from thought to thought, topic to topic, but, like, one of the bigger ones on my mind really is just what I'm going to be doing in the upcoming months. How I'm going to continue pursuing watching the U.S. Open Tennis Championship. Nice. I have not watched tennis in a very long time. Actually, I'll be fair, I don't think I've watched tennis since my older brother still played tennis when we were still in school. Women's finals? Hopefully. There's some good winners then. I don't even know who plays tennis right now. Don't know. Is there any good up and comers? And I can imagine there are, but it's always worth asking. Coco Gauff? Is it Gauff? Or is it Gauff? We're going to say Coco. Because that one I know I'm going to pronounce right. Coco. At least I'm going to hope I pronounce that right. If I don't, well, shame on me. Shame on me indeed. So Gauff. I'm going to say Gauff. Because if Gauff is correct, then I'm saying it right. Or Goff. Gauff? Now I'm second guessing what I've already said. Goff. Is the first time. Gauff. This is a fun... It's a... So Goff. Golf like golf? Okay, okay. That, um, that could have been sketch comedy gold right there. That's, that is definitely some gold. I got some weird proportions going on here. We're just gonna allow it. We're gonna let it happen. Gonna let it happen. Sometimes I gotta be like super delicate, really delicate. Real delicate. That was not delicate. What did I do? That was not delicate. Oh no! 19 and American, huh? Well, this is what we're gonna say. If she's good, hope she wins. If she's bad, better luck next time. And if she's really good, if she's really, really good, let's get some big victory. She'll win? Good. Coco for the win? Honestly, Coco for the win is just a great statement in itself. Who's going to win? Coco's going to win. Why? Because Coco. Who doesn't love Coco? Who does not love Coco? I think that's good. You know, one person who doesn't like Coco, that is unreal. People don't like Coco out there being like, I don't care for Coco. Why? Why don't you care for Coco? Coco's awesome. It's just inhuman. Not like Coco. Not like Coco, you know? Inhuman. Frightening, really. Terrifying. Oh. No, those look good. Well, you know, that's all you need. Good person, good to go. But we're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna hold the Coco thing against. You know, that's just the way it is. I don't make the rules, but I do enforce them. Sorry. Well, thank you kindly. You know, on occasion I can be a gem. Sometimes fool's gold. Don't know. Don't know on any particular day which it'll be. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. I don't have enough Q-tips. Oh, you're gonna start with me already. Starting with me already. See how it is. See how it is. It's okay. It's okay. It's all with just the right amount. I know. That's one of the good things. You got to be able to mess with someone, right? Got to be able to mess with someone. If you can't mess with anyone, well, that's kind of boring. Gotta have the right friends to do it with, too. So, it's just a random get back onto topic. Did I have I had a topic at one point. It ran away. It is scampered off into the night. But that's okay. Some topics are meant to scamper off into the night. That was a little bit harsh with the charcoal, but it's fine. There's still a lot we can do, and there's still a long way to go. But doing the fun little side ponytail. Tons of those when I was younger. Just everyone had the side ponytails. So we need a little appreciation for them. Because I just throw something on the ground. Throw it on the ground. There we go. Making good progress here as far as drawings go. I've been doing a lot of really, short streams as of late, not like a ton of in-depth, longer ones. But at the same time, I've also been doing like a lot of, like when I paint, I've been painting things that I paint for like a few different streams. And when I draw, I'm trying to like do things a little more, a little tighter, a little bit tighter. Like let's work it all into a single video, which in theory works fine. Like that's a-okay. You can do that. But it's also difficult. So difficult sometimes to be like, all of this is going to go into one video. One. Now, very carefully. Need the right amount of roundness kind of to the eyes. Make them pop a little bit more. And also a nice amount of reflection. one of those things I'm working on here. Get some reflection, some more pop. Pop, 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 pop. That's the word of the day. Word of the day is pop. And I think that is a fine word of the day. Little asymmetry. Hot as heck here in Sugarland. Woo, 103. No. Call quite good on that. Quite good on that. Though the other day we had like 89 up here. For just to give perspective, like 89 this time of year in this area is unheard of. So I can only presume it's hot everywhere right now. No rain for months. Ugh, yuck. I know some places get like that though. You got those times where it's like, no, we don't get no rain, no moisture, no morning dew. Where do you think we are? Fool. About to put way too many eyelashes on here. I'm just too big too. Why? Because I can. Yeah, no rain for months. That sounds atrocious. Just gonna be honest. It sounds terrible. Nothing about that sounds nice. So before I completely forget, because I was talking a little bit about this earlier, I am giving a lot more thought to doing another short film day, because I think it would be really fun. Not only would it be really fun, but it would be nice to really get that kind of pop going again, that kind of activity going again. Oh, you haven't been here in a bit. So I do actually. So now I'm in my studio space. The cats cannot enter. Cats cannot enter. Don't have to worry about them being everywhere, meowing. So they're in the normal living space, but I am in the studio, and it is excellent. Excellent. Means that I can actually go ahead. Oh, so I have done a conversion. Oh, no. You couldn't get me up in that space if I was paid. No. It's awful. It's terrible. No, so I do actually have two bedrooms. Now, for a very long time, the second bedroom was occupied. It is currently not occupied, and I have been converting it into my studio for a while. I have control of my lighting. I have control of a lot of the sound. So now that this second bedroom is open, this is where my art, my streams, everything can be done. And my goodness, it's nice. Very, very nice. Oh, a tour will occur when it's something that people can look at, because I have a table in front of me right now that is covered in my paints. I still need to get some shelves and some drawers. My books, my artwork are all in here. I have made an art wall. You're a person. I know you're a person. But yes, so it's going to be a little bit before I give a tour, just because there are things that do need to be worked out before this can be shown to anyone. But there will be one. That is something that will happen. As I won't laugh at me. Well, see, that's not even the concern. There's just lots of stuff in here. It'd be like showing someone your closet before laundry day. That doesn't work. That's not appropriate analogy. However, this is like, it's a huge upgrade in so many ways, and I'm really glad that it's something that I was able to do. Even if it took a long time for it to be a possibility. You know, it was just really good. Want to see my mess. Oh. As a fun side note, though, once I started getting everything here like arranged and just trying to like move things, it's one of those moments where it was like, oh my god, I have so much art. I have so much art. And that's the biggest problem. I really need to get some of this art out of here because there's so dang much. It's not even funny. Between all of my sketchbooks and all of my canvases, and I don't even have it all in here. Some of it's still in my bedroom. I think that's one of the wildest parts, is that there's so much of it that's like not even in here. But I have my helmets in here because I'm building a background, and that's one of the big things. So I have an art wall I'm making for a background for some videos that I want to do, and then I have all of my bookshelves moved into here, so they're out of the living room. Just like tons of stuff to do, tons of stuff. Oh my goodness. But it does feel really nice to be able to do this. It's also really nice to not have to share this space for the first time in a long time. Because I've been sharing my space for a long time. Long time. That's wrong. That's better. But yeah, oh my goodness. Having just had to share my space for so absolutely long, to now I don't have to share my space. That has been monumentally nice. Oh yeah, you can go ahead. You can sleep on the table covered in paint. I think you overestimate how much space there actually is, and underestimate how much junk I actually have. Trust me, I got a lot of junk. I'll tell you what, people definitely enjoy seeing it. Now we just need more of them to buy it. Buy the junk. kind of out of frame there. Let's see if we can fix that. Yeah, that's a little better. It doesn't take long. That's very different junk. Very different junk. Very different junk. And also, I I should have seen it coming. But I didn't. I missed it. I missed it. I shouldn't have missed that one, and I did. I should have seen it for a mile. A mile. Oh my goodness. I swear. See? This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things. That's not true. We can still have nice things. But you're killing me. Well, definitely not yet. I have too much to do. Too much to do. This looks decent. I'm giving this a decent right now. It's decent. What do I do from here? I can make improvements still. I can make improvements still. Sometimes I have to turn around and I have to see how that looks on screen. Because, like, from where I am, I can see it pretty well. But the screen visibility, that one's harder for me to figure out. So it's like, okay, is everything in the screen? Are we still good? This one's not bad. Not bad. brush off. Get rid of a little of this excess shading. Sometimes you gotta bring some of your highlights back, right? We need some of these highlights back. I lost too much. Fortunately, when you erase, when you have this much graphite going, it's very easy to pick out the areas that it's like, oh, I accidentally shaded that and I didn't mean to. Didn't mean to do that. What's wrong with me? So now I'm kind of just stuck on like a few stylistic choice questions. Oh, goodness. Let's go ahead. I wasn't going to, but then looking at it, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna darken those eyes in more. Because that actually, yeah, that looks better. That way those highlights stick out even more. There's good pop to them. Where else? Where else? That underlip. Dimple there. Just tiny little dimple. And it doesn't stick out too much, fortunately. That's good. So here we go. This, I think, is going to be where I'm going to be done with the drawing aspect of our evening. Let me just look everything over, see if I need to do anything more. I can see like that. Actually, I'm going to clean this up. Because I started all of that graphite, anywhere where I put the pen, I can just go ahead and erase. Oh, Coco won. Glad to hear it. Hooray for our American champion. Take him where we get him. Take him where we get him. That must have been a good match then. If you cry after a match, it must have been a good match. That's just... seems like how that works. Well, congratulations to Coco Gauff. Coco Gauff. Congratulations to Coco. And, hooray for tennis. Can get behind tennis. It's a good game. Can enjoy that. That can be fun. Oh, and then what else do we need to do? I'm going to go ahead and do this really quick. because I'm looking at this and I can do it. That looks better. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta add little touches. Little touches. Alright. Now, depending on if you're joining me on YouTube or Twitch, I'm not streaming elsewhere today. Thank you for being here. Make sure that you're following or subscribing, depending on what the platform wants you to do. Some want you to follow, some want you to subscribe. You know, you can do both, I think. But I'm not going to think about that too hard. I'm not going to think about it too hard. What I am going to say is, big old thank you to those of you who have been here, enjoying this wonderful time. Now, as we approach very slowly the end of the year, I am going to be giving some very serious consideration to whether or not I'm going to do... Oh, the YouTube channel is Your Saturday Night. Thank you for asking. It's an important question to answer. But yes. And as we get closer to the end of the year, you know, there's not a lot of streams left to come, but there's a lot of different projects that we can all do. Please put in the comments. You got it. You give me 2 seconds. Oh. We're going to get that right in the comments, but just so I don't forget what I'm talking about for a minute. Oh. But as we get closer to the end of the year, and as we get closer to the last streams of the year, we're also getting closer to things like what are going to be the projects to conclude to go into fall. What would be some things that would be fun to see in fall? What would be some things that would be fun to see just coming up? Oh my goodness. Why do they make this so difficult? Okay, copy link. There we go. Alright, so you're going to see it pop up in the comments in some way, shape, or form. In just a moment. There we go. Boop. They don't make it as easy as it should be, but it is there. But, so yeah. We're approaching the end of the year, so there's still time for things like fall and winter projects that we can approach. I am going to be trying to open myself up to more ideas of things that I can do with all of you artistically. Maybe we can get back into abstract painting. Maybe we can do another reading stream. I was doing those a while ago. And even though it's been a while, you know, I still have plenty of books, lots of material that I can read, poetry, novels, fantasy stories, all of that. And for those of you who might be interested, you can always go ahead and let me know here or on other social media or YouTube or wherever you can find me at Your Saturday Night, if another short film day would be something you'd be interested in. When I hosted one a couple of years ago, it was a premiere for one of my short films. I have a lot of short films and I'm working on others, and a lot of them are just kind of artistic and expressive, and some of them of course have won awards, and that's something that could be done for people who are interested. Also, don't forget, you can also find me on Eventbrite, because I'm over there with my monthly art workshops. And if you can't find those links, they are available. Just let me know. I can make them available. But there's so much that we can do. There's so much fun we can have, and there's tons of things that we can explore. So let me know. Like, what are you interested in? What would be fun to see? Should we get back to painting? Should we do more drawings like this wonderful sketch? It is abstract when I just go ahead and start getting color and doing that. Or we can go back to the interactive ones where I ask for things like, what colors would you like? And I know I'm just throwing a lot of different things at you right now, but without all of you amazing people, there is no Saturday night. Yours or otherwise. There's just, it's not there. It's gone. Poof, in the wind. I appreciate all of you. We are going to be ending in just a moment. But I'd like to say, I'm going to get this microphone really close. Really close. Now I'm whispering right into it. But I appreciate all of you. If you're not already following, click that follow button. It would be pretty awesome. If you're over on YouTube, hit that subscribe. And I would like to say thank you. I appreciate you. You are all awesome. Get yourself a cuppa, whatever it may be at this time of day. Be excellent. And I will see you all again very soon. Most likely for even more fun, art, and enjoyment. But take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, everybody.